February 2025. A chill settled over the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, known as the CFPB. Whispers of mass layoffs began to circulate. The rumors were true. Trump-appointed leadership, in league with Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, had a plan. They would gut the agency. The plan was chillingly efficient. It unfolded in 3 phases. First, to go probationary and term employees. The axe had already begun to fall on these workers. Next in line, a staggering 1,200 employees. The final blow, terminating nearly all remaining staff. Within 60 to 90 days, the CFPB would be a ghost of its former self. The speed and ruthlessness of the plan were breathtaking. Employees were stunned. Fear and uncertainty gripped the agency. The CFPB, once a beacon of consumer protection, was under siege. Its very existence hung in the balance. Internal communications revealed the stark reality. The goal was not merely to downsize but to wind down the CFPB. The agency would be reduced to the bare minimum staffing required by Law 5 employees, a skeleton crew. These remaining souls would likely find themselves operating under the umbrella of another regulatory body. One senior executive painted a bleak picture of the future. He described the CFPB as a room at Treasury, White House, or Federal Reserve with 5 men and a phone in it. Gone would be the days of vigorous consumer protection. The agency, once a watchdog against predatory lenders and abusive financial practices, would be defanged. This internal memo sent shockwaves through the agency. The message was clear. The CFPB, as they knew it, was finished. Morale plummeted. The sense of betrayal was palpable. The very people entrusted with protecting consumers were being shown the door. The arrival of DOGE operatives at the CFPB in February 2025 marked a turning point. The atmosphere grew tense. DOGE's presence was a constant reminder of the impending doom. The agency began to resemble a ship taking on water. The Washington headquarters, once a bustling hub of activity, was shuttered. The first wave of layoffs swept through the agency, leaving approximately 200 employees jobless. Those who remained were instructed to cease almost all work. The CFPB had been effectively neutralized. Perhaps the most alarming development was the dismissal of at least 4 cases against financial firms. These cases involved billions of dollars in alleged consumer harm. The message was clear. Under the new regime, corporate interests would take precedence over consumer protection. Publicly, Acting Director Russell Vought maintained a facade of normalcy. He denied any plans to eliminate the CFPB. He spoke of streamlining and efficiency. His words, however, rang hollow. Employee testimonies painted a very different picture. They described an atmosphere of fear and intimidation. They spoke of a deliberate effort to dismantle the agency from within. Vaught's public pronouncements were at odds with the reality on the ground. This dissonance between public statements and internal actions eroded trust in the CFPB's leadership. It also raised serious questions about the agency's commitment to its core mission. Was this simply a case of bureaucratic reshuffling, or was there a more sinister agenda at play? DOGE employees, like wolves in sheep's clothing, exerted a disproportionate influence within the CFPB. They dictated timelines for layoffs. They inquired about operational cuts. They acted as if they were in charge, which in many ways they were. Alarmingly, these DOGE operatives were granted access to sensitive CFPB systems and data. This access was granted on February 7, 2025, before they had completed the mandatory cybersecurity and privacy training. The potential for misuse of this information was enormous. This disregard for protocol and security raised red flags. Was DOGE's presence at the CFPB about improving efficiency, or was it about something more nefarious? Was this a hostile takeover disguised as government reform? The CFPB union, recognizing the gravity of the situation, took legal action. They filed a lawsuit to halt Vaught's actions. The lawsuit argued that the mass layoffs violated employees' rights. It was a desperate attempt to stem the bleeding. The lawsuit had an immediate impact. A judge issued a temporary restraining order, halting further layoffs. A hearing was scheduled for March 3, 2025. The legal battle for the soul of the CFPB had begun. The hearing promised to be a showdown between those who sought to protect consumers and those who sought to protect corporate profits. The stakes were high. The outcome of this legal battle would have far-reaching consequences for the future of consumer protection in America.